Hey everyone, welcome to Yap City, where we talk all things pop culture. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Kayla, and this week is our big Oscars special.
Yes, the Oscars is literally one of my favorite nights of the entire year. One year, I made like this champagne cake and I wore like a literal bridesmaid's dress to pretend that I was there because I wanted to be fancy. It's important. It's important. Kayla,
I
do you?
see little Chloe doing that so much. I love it.
Oh, I was like a fully grown adult. This was like a couple years ago.
I love it even more.
I was like, listen, I'm by myself. I'm gonna go big or go home. But Kayla, do you do
Exactly.
anything to celebrate the Oscars?
I have to always watch it alone, get into the zone. I don't want anybody talking over me. I don't want to have anybody chatting the commercial break because I'm like
Right.
scheming, strategizing who's going to win. It's my Super Bowl. It's very, very serious. So normally I'll have to have like all my movie snacks like chocolate and popcorn, maybe like wine or hot cocoa. But yeah, I take it very seriously.
Absolutely. I love that you call it like your Super Bowl. I've said that for a couple years, and I feel like it is one of the most important Sundays of my year, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And this year, I personally cannot wait to see Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, the Wicked cast. Those three people or groups of people are like the ones that I am most excited to see. And I'm so excited for you and I to have like a Brit+Co virtual watch party because we're going to be reporting live on Brit+Co and covering all the best moments, the best looks, and y'all are not going to want to miss it.
No, we'll be covering it all, and I'm so excited. And later on today's show, we'll drop our recs for everything else that you should watch, read, and listen to this week. So stick around as we get into it all.
Yeah, let's get yapping.
All right, Chloe, I can't believe the 2025 award season is coming to a close this weekend. It's been so
No.
good. The SAG Awards, Golden Globes, all of it. What do you think about all of the frontrunners this season?
I honestly have been so happy to see Kieran Culkin winning so much for A Real Pain. I loved that movie so much. It was such a standout for me. Of course, the movie is about a cousin's trip to honor their grandmother and visit these Holocaust sites in Poland. And it was so impactful and beautiful. And people are talking about the fact that Kieran is beating out Jeremy Strong, who he starred in Succession with. So Kieran
Yes.
always gives a good acceptance speech. So that has been both heartfelt to know that his performance is getting so much like buzz around it, but also kind of funny to see the way that he's been interacting with Jeremy. I know The Brutalist won Best Drama and Best Director at the Golden Globes, and then Emilia Perez basically swept its categories in the Golden Globes. So definitely very strong frontrunners. And wait, I know that
Yes.
we were just talking about Emilia Perez, and you have a
Mhm.
spicy take on this that I want to hear.
This drama has been unfolding for so long, and I've just been eating it up like what is happening. So quick breakdown of all of it. It started when Carla Sofia Gascon, she's the leading actress of Emilia Perez, she spoke somewhat negatively about her fellow nominee, Fernanda Torres, who is
Okay.
nominated in the lead actress category for I'm Still Here. And she didn't say anything negative directly about her, but she basically said that she believed Fernanda and her team were kind of spreading negative press about Amelia Perez
Mm,
and
yeah.
that movie. After that, the movie got some backlash and
Mm.
then some somewhat controversial tweets released from Carlos Sofia Gascon from years and years ago. It was this big thing that caused a lot of controversy for what
Yeah.
was already a controversial movie. People were really split 50-50 on if they liked Emilia Perez at all. Some people
Mm.
loved it, some people hated it. I was kind of in the camp of I watched the full movie and really interested in the concept as a whole, like
Mm.
so unique and interesting. And now it's really just led up to the Academy Awards. And if Carla Sofia Gascon will even be there, because she hasn't been at any of the recent um, award shows this season, and if it will affect the running of Amelia Perez in a lot of the awards that it was originally nominated for.
That has been a huge conversation on the internet. And in my like
Yes.
movie group chat, the thing that we keep talking about is much kind of lower stakes than that, but just how like the fact that it swept the Golden Globes and beat Wicked for so many awards that we had hoped Wicked would win. I'm a theater kid. I'm a
Crazy.
Wicked kid. So I was like full steam ahead with Wicked going into
Yeah.
award season. But do you think that Amelia Perez has a chance of sweeping at the Oscars too?
I really want Wicked to win just for the fact that Cynthia was singing while up on wires.
I know.
I really want them to win, but I don't know. I'm also here for all of the original concepts that I'm seeing. Like
Yes.
Amelia Perez was such an interesting script as well as the substance. Like I just love the
Yes.
unique scripts that we're getting rather than just like adaptations left and right.
Yeah.
But as a theater girly, I also do love Wicked very much.
I saw that the top 10 like highest grossing movies of the year of 2024 were almost all sequels or remakes, which
Yes.
made me sad. I was like, no, what people want original stories and then they don't show up to the theater for the original stories. But
I know.
I still need to see the substance. I'm not a huge like body horror person. It really freaks me out, which is why I haven't seen it yet. Because some
Yeah.
of the stills, like the photos from the movie, I was like, wait, I don't know if I can handle this. But I love Demi Moore, so uh maybe I'll still watch it.
Crazy performances. Like I looked away at a lot of the body horror because it was just like, what on earth is happening in this
Right,
movie? And I can't look away. So
right. Well, the substance could win. Amelia Perez could win. Wicked could win. Either
yeah.
way, we finally do have confirmation that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are performing at the Oscars. And I saw someone on social
Yes.
media, I don't know the handle, I'm so sorry, credit to this person, who said that they want it to be like a performance of like uh live here at the Ozdust, but then they say live here at the Oscars and do like a whole dancing through life performance. Um, but either way, the fact that
That's
Wicked will be
crazy.
performing at the Oscars is a win for me personally.
Absolutely. And there's also so many couples at this award show, and I'm hoping we get to
Yes.
see some cute couple moments. I know you mentioned Zendaya, who's newly engaged to Tom Holland. Do you think he'll be there?
I can't tell. I feel like I have personally not seen them on carpets together too much unless
Yeah.
they are promoting the same film.
Yeah.
But we know that that man loves Zendaya, so I would love to see him there. I love seeing them like literally wherever they are, paparazzi shots, social media shots. Is there anyone that you want to see?
Fingers crossed we get Monica Barbaro and Andrew Garfield. I
Oh my
just
gosh,
heard about their
yes.
rumored relationship and they were spotted together recently. So I really hope we see them because they're like a new couple and you're like, oh, wait, they actually make a lot of sense together.
Yeah.
And then Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater are sure to get cozy. And you actually got to meet Ethan
I
ahead of the
did.
Wicked premiere, right? What was he like? That's crazy.
I did. I interviewed Ethan on the lot, the Universal lot. I got to walk
Oh my
around the
gosh.
movie sets, like at the beginning of November ahead of the movie's release. He was
Oh my
honestly
gosh.
so sweet. Just, I feel like it was theater kid energy meeting theater kid energy. I was so
Yeah.
nervous because it was like I felt like one of my first big interviews. There, I had put so much like pressure on it for myself. And so he like walked ahead of me into this little soundstage room that they had set up. And I walked in and I was so nervous and I was like, hi, like I'm Chloe, blah, blah, blah. And he stood up to shake my hand and hit the boom mic with his head. Like he stood up into the boom mic and then kind of froze and was like,
Yeah.
whoa, my bad. And it just immediately cut all the tension and I wasn't nervous anymore because I was laughing.
Oh,
So it started off the interview on such a good foot. He was so generous with his
good.
answers and like so chatty in a way that felt like I was just talking to a friend. Which was so sweet and I was really happy with the way that conversation came out. Um so yeah, I know I've said this and I'll keep saying it. I hope Wicked wins so many awards and I hope
Yeah.
that Ethan and Ariana have a good time. And
Yeah.
talking kind of in the vein of who will be there, I'm so sad that John Chu did not get
Yeah.
nominated for Best Director. I literally can't believe
I think
that
that's
because
crazy.
I just feel like that was one of the most beautiful looking movies I've seen in such a long time because the story makes me feel such a particular way. It's so just beautiful and hopeful. And the movie looks the way that the story makes me feel, which is so unique. And I feel like I could just talk about the snub for so long because John Chu is one of my favorite directors ever.
Do you know what it makes me think of? When Margot Robbie wasn't nominated for Barbie. It's like Wicked was one of the highest grossing movies of the year
Yeah.
and was just like you couldn't look down a street and not see a billboard or merch or something for
Yeah.
Wicked. And so to not have the best director or the not the John M. Chu, the director nominated was kind of crazy because it reminded me
So
of
crazy.
Barbie, again, highest grossing movie of that year, made so much, impacted so many people, and then you're not going to nominate the best actress. Like it felt like a similar in the similar vein to me of like I don't understand because he
Yeah.
was responsible for the whole movie. So
Right.
how are you gonna I digress.
And literally, let's talk about why the Academy seems to like not really like blockbusters that much. Another thing I could talk
Yeah.
about for so long is when we kind of decided as a society that, or at least this is how it feels to me, that good art has to be like sad or deeply,
Niche.
deeply emotional or niche. Um, like I agree. Wicked and Barbie are both commentaries on humanity, commentaries on how we treat each other. And just because
Yes.
they're feminine doesn't make them less worthy of serious awards, which
Yes.
is a whole other
That
conversation.
is a bar. That's a bar right there.
Listen,
Wow.
Academy,
That I mean, that's so
call me.
true. And to
Yeah.
me, a award show season is like a reflection of the time period. Like I want to look back in 20 years and be like, oh, I remember that movie. It had such a huge impact on me. Like I feel like it's like a still in time,
Mm,
like a
yeah.
representation of that year. And so I just think it's wild that Wicked isn't going to get the love that it deserves because it will be looked back on for a very long time as literally like one of the major
Oh,
theater to movie adaptations. So
without a doubt. I told
crazy.
Ethan, I was like, this I think is our Sound of Music. Like in 50 years,
Yes.
when people in the future, like our grandkids, are like, let's watch an old movie. Like Wicked will be the one that everyone remembers really fondly, I think.
And there was a lot
Opinion.
of political connotation in the
So
movie. Like
much.
there was a lot of undertone. It wasn't just a like happy-go-lucky musical. It dealt with a lot of undertones, just like Sound of Music, that I think we'll look back on in the future and then be like, oh, there was so much hidden messaging that was representative of the time.
Yeah.
But I
Oh
could
my
go
gosh. We could do a whole Wicked
to all
episode,
of that.
apparently.
I know. But also another snub, you were pretty heated about challengers getting snubbed too, right?
I I cannot believe. Oh my God, I need to like take a deep breath.
It
I
wasn't a
cannot
good year for Chloe.
listen, the 2025
All
Oscars
your snubs.
are a little rough. Um, oh my gosh, no. Talking about unique concepts, I had such like a visceral reaction to seeing challengers. As a writer, I'm someone who like can identify when I really like a script because directorial choices, acting choices, and script choices are all different. And obviously they inform
Yeah,
each other, but they're all separate parts of like telling a story. And the
totally.
Challenger script was just so clever. And then the camera work when the viewer was the tennis ball and the emotional payoff, like choices made at the beginning that circled
Yeah.
back at the end, like everything about it was just such a
Soundtrack.
soundtrack, such a
Yeah.
satisfying movie about a woman who knows her power, taking it back to the
Yeah.
Barbie conversation from a couple minutes ago. And I literally just can't
Period.
believe, period. I literally can't believe it didn't get
Period.
anything because even
Yeah.
Zendaya didn't get nominated. And I remember sitting in the theater the first time I saw it. And there's like a line when, oh, what is it? I think when Josh O'Connor's character, Patrick, is talking to her about wanting to work together again or be in each other's lives again, essentially. And Zendaya makes this like what I call the crazy eye face. Like, I feel like a lot of my girlfriends know exactly what the crazy eyes are. And I saw Zendaya make
Yes.
this crazy eye face, and I was like, I've never seen that woman make that face before. And I've seen almost everything she's ever been in. I
Yeah.
was like, that right there. I just knocked my mic. I got so passionate. I was like, that right there was an award winning facial expression. But
It was phenomenal.
I digress. I also really like tennis, so I enjoyed that part as well. But on the opposite end, we've covered the snubs. Let's talk about who
Yes.
we want to win because obviously we talked about Wicked. I kind of briefly
Yep.
mentioned A Real Pain. I thought that was another phenomenal
Hmm.
script. Jesse
So
Eisenberg
good.
directed,
Yeah.
acted, and wrote the script. Emma Stone was a producer. All
Yes.
around, oh my gosh, beautiful movie. And then we talked about
Yep.
Monica Barbaro. I would love to see her get her time in the spotlight. I loved seeing her in
Yes.
Top Gun Maverick and have been like following her since then. I got to talk to her
Yep.
for A Complete Unknown, and I've been playing guitar since I was 14. She plays Joan Baez, so we kind of had like a little guitar
Yeah.
moment that was super sweet. Um,
Oh.
but I think you said you've been keeping up with Monica this season too, right?
Yes, I think she's so iconic. And I haven't known much about her before A Complete Unknown, but I've been loving everything she's doing. I think she was so amazing as Joan Baez, very
Crazy.
talented. I was not expecting her to have a voice and to be able to perform like that, and for her
Yeah,
and Timothy to have the chemistry that they did.
I know.
Um,
She sounded like a Disney princess
so
to
I
me.
just loved it. No, literally. And she looks like one too. I think she's
Yeah.
beautiful. Like I've also been loving her looks this season, award show season. She's been really
So
pulling out the
good.
looks.
She can rock a red.
She can. She can. And her, Elle Fanning, and Kylie Jenner, seeing them all at the group tables bonding together like a little best friend trio,
Gosh,
I'm
so good.
obsessed with. And I hope we get this year, just like the three of them being goofy in between like commercial breaks and taking selfies. Like, I just love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Um, but I really think A Complete Unknown should take all of the awards. I think every person in that cast is so talented. And Timothy spent over 5 years on this role. So he
That's
really
crazy.
tried to perfect it. And I loved his speech at the SAG Awards. I thought that was phenomenal. I also loved The Substance. Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore were so incredibly good. I have never seen either of them give a performance quite like
Mhm.
that, or anyone really. It was such a unique concept and really, again, informative of our time. Like, just so good. I love when a
Yeah.
movie has like a lot of hidden undertones that you can go and like find a Reddit page and just like read for hours on
Oh my
all of the
gosh.
theories that you
Yeah.
missed. But yeah, I'm just all around excited for every movie this year, genuinely.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And talking about like Kylie and Elle and Monica always looking amazing. Obviously, just like we come to AMC for magic, we come to the Oscars for the
Yes.
awards, but we also come for the red carpet looks, which honestly, arguably, I could be more excited for the carpet than anything else. Uh, this
Yeah.
is going to serve as sort of like a grand finale to the worldwide fashion show that
Yes.
was Law Roach and Zendaya's Dune 2 press tour because Dune 2 is nominated.
Literally.
Would love to see Dune 2. That was so long ago. I like keep forgetting that it's in this Oscars year,
Yeah.
but would love to see that take home some awards. But obviously, if you've been keeping up with Zendaya's press tour looks, she's worn like a kind of robotic looking suit. She's worn geometric
So
dresses. And the Oscars historically usually is a little bit oh gosh, what's a word? Because I don't want to say classy because then that insinuates that like the robot suit, which was such a statement, is not classy. That's not what I mean. But it's a little bit more toned down, I guess, than some of the other
yeah.
award shows. So obviously she's played with silhouettes before, so she could do that again. But I would love to
Yeah.
see like something blue, which she hasn't worn too much because her character Chani has like electric Gatorade blue eyes. I would love to see her
Yeah.
in glitter. I don't know. I can't wait to see what they pull out because it's gonna
Ooh.
be like something to remember. Are you excited to see anybody like outfits in particular?
Oh my goodness, I have so many. My one thing, this is really important to me.
Okay.
I need to see Ariana Grande in something other than pink. I need it from her. Or I need her to really like slay the house down, wear something like so incredible. Because I think Ariana Grande is stunning. I think she is
So beautiful.
so beautiful, but I don't know what's been up with her wearing the same exact pink silhouette, color, shade this
Mm,
entire award show season. And I get it. She's trying to stay on theme, kind of like Margot Robbie did with Barbie, but I hope she surprises me. Cynthia Erivo has been absolutely slaying
so
every
good.
single red carpet imaginable. She is my fashion icon now
Yeah.
after seeing her press tour. She killed it. So I just know she's going to stun in some like, I feel like it's going to be like an elaborate boss woman, like vintage archival like stunning piece, because she's been pulling out the like 96 Galliano Dior, like very
Yeah.
old references. So I think she's going to be incredible. I think Zendaya is going to stun as well. I have a feeling she'll probably go with something like old Hollywood, because she's been kind of doing that lately. When she
Ooh,
launched her engagement ring, it was very like old Hollywood vibe. So I think she'll do that again.
true.
I have a feeling. In terms of like big wins for awards, I really, really, really hope that Adrian Brody takes home Best Actor for The Brutalist,
Okay.
because listen, I need to get cozy. There was a lot of controversy for this
Yeah.
because they used AI on Adrian Brody's accent. So a
Mm,
Hungarian accent, he had to have a Hungarian accent for The Brutalist. And it is a 3 hour and 45-minute movie. It's very,
yeah.
very, very long. And so imagining all of the hours and hours and hours that went into withholding a Hungarian accent, which is the hardest accent to do. Most dialect coaches will tell you it's like the hardest one to master.
Hmm.
Um, so to do it that long is very, very hard. They did release that they used AI on his voice before the voting took place for the Academy. So it could have affected his chances. I hope
Mm,
it doesn't. But
yeah.
everyone is so good. I really like,
Everyone
I
is
don't
so
know.
good. Such a strong award show, in my opinion. Like,
It
everybody
really
gave
is.
such a fantastic performance that I'm like, it's worth it. Like, they deserve to be in these categories.
I know. Yep. But those were our thoughts on all things the Oscars. Make sure to drop in your comments right now of who you think is going to win
Yes.
all of the amazing awards. But since we've covered all things Oscars, let's get into what else we're watching right now.
Yes, I've been dying to talk to you about this new show that I started called Grosse Pointe Garden Society. It airs on
Yes.
NBC and Peacock, and it's been compared a lot to like Desperate Housewives. It's very messy, very chaotic. It's about four friends who
Yes.
are a part of the aforementioned Garden Society, and then they're like
Yeah.
covering up a murder. So they're simultaneously flowers, murder. It's crazy. There is a lot going on at all times, and I think my personal taste is a little bit more like toned down and the show is very campy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I love all of the like textures of the costumes and the garden. I'm very interested to see kind of how it unfolds, but where Anna Sophia Robb leads, I follow. I love that woman. She starred in the American Girl Samantha movie in 2004. Um, which came out the my very
Yes.
first time I was in New York City, which is where I live now, and seeing
Yeah.
that on TV that same weekend and then being obsessed with like because of Winn-Dixie, which just turned 20 like last week, 10 days ago.
Yeah.
Um
Oh.
and oh my gosh, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Listen, I'm a Anna Sophia Robb
Yes.
stan, and I'm talking to the cast today actually. So I cannot wait to like fangirl with her about because of Winn-Dixie
Oh
and
my gosh.
the Garden Society. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. I can't wait to hear how that goes. So make sure you guys tune in back for that,
Yes,
because
stay
that's going to be
tuned for some
incredible.
interviews.
Apple cider vinegar seems to be taking up my entire For You page at the moment.
I know
Yeah.
the show revolves around like the wellness industry versus medicine. And kind of on a more serious note, one thing that made me want to watch the show even more and kind of made me feel like I was almost connected to Caitlyn in a way to get kind of parasocial was Caitlyn was talking about on the red carpet, like for the apple cider vinegar premiere, that
Yeah.
about her mother, who she's been vocal about kind of battling cancer. And sadly, she passed away last year. But she was talking about how, because of that experience, she had such a visceral reaction to the story and the scripts that her own emotion while reading was assigned to her, that she had to take it. And
Yeah.
that was like one of the primary reasons Caitlyn took the job. And there has like my own friend groups and my family has been touched by cancer multiple times. So even hearing that detail from her made me feel like seen a little bit and made me feel like, I don't know, like it made me want to watch it more, that I knew Caitlyn and I had like not similar experiences, but like in under the same umbrella of experiences, I guess. But you have also been talking about Love is Blind, right?
Yes, Love is Blind season 8 finale. All of the episodes are dropping this week on Netflix, and I'm honestly so excited for it. I haven't been keeping up with it in recent years, but been trying to get back into it because I know it's had a lot of controversial things happening towards it. So I'm excited to catch up and get all of the drama. And also, I have been catching up on White Lotus. I'm finally fully caught up
Okay.
and I am loving it so
Okay.
much. I was very surprised by this season. I have loved the past season so much and I just can't help but compare it. But so far, it's just been really, really good. And then we have Kate Hudson's new rom-com on Netflix this Thursday, which I'm definitely going to be tuning in
Oh,
for.
yes,
It's going
Running
to be
Point.
so good. Yes, Running
Yes.
Point.
Yes.
So good.
I'm so excited to see Brenda Song, first and foremost.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I love that woman.
Her and her husband are just so cute. I'm just obsessed with both of them.
Um, their recent magazine spread, their all of
Yeah.
their like paparazzi shots of them just like hanging out together. They seem to actually enjoy being together, which I
Yeah.
love them so much.
Yes. So cute.
And obviously, we just covered so much screen time, but in the like literature of it all, we also just discovered both of us are fans of Throne of Glass. You've read the whole series, and I'm on book 4, but you've
Yes.
read the whole series already, right?
Yes. I've read everything Sarah J. Maas. I haven't read her Crescent City series actually, but A Court of Thorns and Roses, I've read. I've read all of the Throne of Glass. But I'm definitely gonna have to reread the whole Throne of Glass series so I can like be up to date with you because it would just be so funny to hear like your thoughts as you're reading it.
Yeah.
Anything romanticity, I'm just going to eat up. Fourth Wing, all of it. And there's a rumor that Margot Robbie might be adapting A Court of Thorns and Roses. So can't wait to hear more about that. Very excited.
Yes, I know. I know that the project at Hulu unfortunately just
Yeah.
died, but I would love
Yeah.
to see somebody like Max or Prime pick it up because their specific
Yes.
approach to fantasy and kind of
Yes.
their fantasy vibe I really
Yes.
like. So, yeah, Throne of Glass, the relationships, the intrigue, the politics, it's so complex and so rich that I
Yes.
feel like I'm having a full meal intellectually every time I read a chapter.
Yes.
And honestly, I feel like we just need a whole episode just for fantasy books because that is my
Yeah.
genre. And I could do an entire 40-minute conversation just about that.
Yep. Stay tuned. Stay
Stay
tuned.
tuned, y'all.
Okay, friends, we've given you tons of shows, movies, and books to catch up on this spring, plus our totally not biased Oscars preview.
Right.
So make sure to tune in this Sunday, March 2nd, to our TikTok and our website, Brit.Co, for all of our red carpet and Oscars coverage.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed this episode, hearing all about our movie hot takes. And make sure you come back next week for all the March Madness and more. Find us everywhere online at Brit and Co for more entertainment news. See you next time.